Hello, today I'm going to show you how to draw windows on a building in two-point perspective. The first thing we want to do is to set up our eye level or horizon line. So draw this about halfway across your paper. Put a vanishing point on each side of the line. We're going to build our building in the center. We'll start with the front corner. I'm going to make mine about 5 inches tall. Just crossing the center line evenly like this. You'll continue drawing the building like we've been learning in class, so lines that angle back to both the left and right vanishing points. Oops. Before we begin building our windows, it's important to remember what happens when we're looking at objects in two-point perspective. So let's say we're looking at a building straight on. If we're looking at the side of a building, we might see the windows like this. The verticals would stay vertical and the horizontals are horizontal. Notice what happens though when we walk around the building and now we're looking at it from a corner. Notice how the vertical lines of the windows stay vertical, but look what happens to the horizontal lines. They're angling at different angles and they're angling towards a vanishing point. So you want to remember that principle when you're drawing windows. Okay, now we want to make the windows evenly spaced, so I'm going to take my ruler, line it up with my front corner, and now I'm going to mark every inch. So basically I've decided that I'm just going to have a few windows running across this way. Next I'm going to line up the right vanishing point with each of those marks and draw across the building. You may see some skyscrapers that look like this, where they have just bands of windows going across. There's some really basic windows. You might see windows that have vertical elements, so I'm going to put those in. As the vertical elements go back in space, the spacing is going to be closer together, so I'm just going to reduce it just a teeny bit each time. Okay, so there's a window with both horizontal elements, all angling to the vanishing point, vertical elements. Now you might have windows that are just isolated, but you'll build it the same way, so you'll have the same lines going to the vanishing point and vertical elements. But then what you can do is you can erase around your actual windows. So I could decide that I have a window right here and here. And I have a window right there and there. So that's how you would build separate individual windows. They'd line up the same way, but you wouldn't have all of the extra lines running around it. But the next thing I want to show you is how you might have a window that dents back in. So maybe it's not right on the surface. Maybe it goes back in. So we're going to do that on this side. We'll just do a single window. So we're imagining that we have a really large window. And just like with the windows on this side, if we were looking at it face on, we have horizontal elements and verticals. As we tip it though, anything that is horizontal is now angling to the vanishing point, but the verticals stay vertical. We'll start by drawing the window on the surface. To do this, we're going to start with the front corner. Make it really big and cross your eye level line. The horizontal element should line up with your vanishing point. And the back edge should be nice and vertical. Okay, so there's my window. I want to make it look like it's denting back in. That means I'm going to see small lines, horizontal elements, but they're angling to the opposite vanishing point. So I'm lining my ruler up with this top corner here and the opposite vanishing point, so that point and that point. I'm just going to draw a short ways back in, so I'm just deciding how far back in I want the indent to go. And then I'll do the same thing here, this corner and then this vanishing point. Draw back in a ways. The back edge stays vertical. Okay, so I'm seeing that inside edge. I can also see a little bit of the top edge. This would line up with the left vanishing point. So I'm lining up this corner here and the vanishing point over there. I'm also lining up this corner here and that vanishing point. And there you have it.